All right, ladies and gentlemen, you understand? It's due to the fact of all these school shootings and different things going on in these schools, it's not getting any better. It's actually getting worse. Will not let the NRA get rid of these rifles and these guns due to the fact he needs the money. He's more concerned with money than he is with weapons and going to blame it on people's mental health when they're still able to get guns and get the guns, and then when they get the guns, it takes a kid 19 years old in Florida to get a gun in 15 minutes. Now, that's ridiculous for to have a law that loose when it comes with the guns. You know what I'm saying? They have the children protesting and out marching and everything else. And George Clooney and his wife, you understand me, put up thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to help and stand up for the anti-gun laws, you know what I'm saying, that these kids are fighting for. But just in our own local schools, there's bullying, which triggers, I believe, bullying is related to all of the gun shootings and things that happen. Because the kids be in school, they get bullied by other kids, and they resist. The only way they resist is they internally take this stuff in, and when they take this stuff in, they're not telling their parents. They're not talking to people about it, and by them not talking to people about it, the only way for them to lash out is to retaliate, and just go off. They just go off, because they're not seeing counseling, they're not getting help, and it gets to a point to where, it's real stressful in it, and it really bothers the children, You understand? And I had a friend of mine, her daughter was being bullied, and I told her, I said, look, we have to do something about this, so we're going to go to the principal and talk to them about this type of stuff, because the kids, they don't listen to the kids. They don't do nothing when the children say something like that. They got, the kids have to tell the parents, so the parents can face up to the responsibility of going to the school and talking to the adults. It's an adult on adult situation, because they don't listen to the children, because the children all lie to each other and lie to, the people. So they don't take them literally seriously. But when you come to when a parent goes down there and talks to the teachers or the people ahead of the game, that's what you do, because if you don't, it could end up in a shooting like Columbine or like Florida. You understand me? You don't know what it could be developed when you pressure a kid, because nowadays it's not nothing to look over. Bullying is not nothing to play with. You do not play with bullying, because it's not nothing that you take lightly. You do not take bullying lightly, and that's the reason why I'm so concerned about the way these kids, you understand me, are respecting each other. Not respecting each other. You know what I mean? Messing with children out of jealousy and hate. You know what I'm saying? You could be minding your own business, you understand me? Or you can be friends with a girl, and another girl be friends with another girl. Say, like, for instance, in this situation, the girl was black and the other girl was white, and two black girls want to pick on the white girl. That's not right. That's racism, and it's bullying. There's 2 or 3 things that should not go on in schools. It's racism and bullying. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to be friends with whoever you want to be with. And one friend, a black friend, shouldn't be jealous of the white girl being with their friend. They should all get along, which they don't. So if they're going to start showing hostility and jealousy about the white girl, then what needs to be done is to see the authorities, the teachers, so they can put their foot down and let these kids know they're not going to get away with it. Because like I said, those type of incidents can grow and develop into something real serious. It starts out like that. That's why you got to nip it in the bud. The teachers got to get on it, the principals, whoever it is, because I'm going as far as they go to get this stuff straightened out, because I'm not going to tolerate that type of stuff, that type of behavior, because it just don't work. That type of behavior just does not work. It didn't when I was young. They didn't consider. They went on top of things like they were, because things didn't elevate to a point to where it was life-threatening. Now these situations with these bullies and these different situations, terrorists and all this other stuff, it's a bullied situation to where people are scared. People are threatened. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why they don't go tell authorities or go tell nobody, because they figure they look at you as a snitch. You in school and you telling on the people, it's being a snitch. So the kids are scared to go to the authorities or go to the people. But it's not. It's you looking out for yourself. Number one, you looking out for yourself, because what you do is you don't go run around and tell a teacher yourself. You tell your parents and let your parents go in there and talk to the teacher. Then it's not snitching. It's taking care of business, because you know you're not being, your life is being threatened, and you're scared. You don't want to get in a fight. Here you are, a good student, trying to get an education and getting good grades and being busy and doing constructive things, and then you got these kids out here trying to start trouble, hating on you and jealousy, and trying to get you in trouble, get you behind in your class. You'll be worried about trying to behave. You'll be worried about trying to protect yourself, and your mind will be on your, being secure and trying to be safe, not to get hurt with these other kids, and then your mind will be off your studies. Here you're supposed to be in school trying to study and get good grades, and here these people that throw you off your momentum. That's why it's got to be stopped. And this girl is an A student and real smart, ahead of her class, and these stupid kids want to do some stuff to disrupt her. That's why I'm saying I'm not going for it. I'm not having it, because it's not right. You understand me? For any kid to be disrupting another kid that's a good student, that's doing good, and any parent would not want their kid to be disruptive, because that could affect them, and that could affect their whole future. Their whole future depends on what they do at that moment in life, in times. You understand? We do not need people disrupting the children. And the teachers and the authority and all those people that's in school are supposed to handle that. It shouldn't have to be somebody outside the school going down there and doing it. But that's what concerned parents do. We go down there and get on top of the action, because they're not doing it in school. And that's what this stuff that culminated in these towns all across country, these different schools and these different things, because they're not being on top of it. And first of all, getting back to the guns, kids in school have guns. They shouldn't even have it. They should have metal detectors out there in front of the school, so when you go to school, you ain't gonna have no gun. Because that's the first bad thing that starts off the shootings that happen all in the neighborhood. You got kids in school that's in gangs. So if kids in school in gangs, then they got access to getting guns. When they get guns, you understand me, what they do is they get off track. They're going to school just to be cool and not worrying about learning. And you got all these different kids in these different schools. You got the bad mixed with the good. See, so a person that's trying to do good, they have a lot of obstacles in their way. It should be that, the good students should be, in certain classes and be in other areas and not affiliated with the ones that's losers, but they don't work like that. At that age, you got to be determined to focus on your grades, on being good and doing what's right, because your future depends on it. You understand? A lot of them kids don't see that where they're headed when they don't be doing the right things in school and trying to be smart, because they think it's cool to be, mediocre, but they don't know that mediocrity is going to lead them all the way through life. They're just going to be medium, or they might not be nothing. You understand? Because when they're in that situation, they're susceptible to drugs, they're susceptible to alcohol, and all those other things that are no good. Weed, that's a gateway to other drugs. If you're smoking weed, anytime you do something that gets your mind off of reality, and you're not accepting things for what they really are, then you'll escape it. It's an escape. You got to challenge life for what it is. You know what I mean? You get your rewards, you get your stripes, you graduate, you elevate, and you get better and bigger and stronger by doing what is right. Doing it the old-fashioned way. Trial and error, and doing what you got to do. You understand? When you're messing with the wrong kids, they jealous, they hating. You know that. A few times you can be around them. You get around the kids on your level, you go into a special type school where all the kids that are doing good are getting achievements and doing things that are better than the other people, then those are the ones you're supposed to be around. Start off early in life getting around people that are doing positive things. You get around people that are winners. You start doing that early in life. If you do that early in life, You understand me? I don't care where you came from. If you came from the projects, if you came from poor background, your mother and them might not be as smart as you were. But with love and encouragement, you understand me? You can take it and take and be a winner, be a champion, and be on top. You understand me? It happens all the time. You see some people in the ghetto. They're in the ghetto, and they be determined. They be determined, and they go through the obstacles. They're smart, and they get these grades, and they go to college, and they excel. You know, they excel because they were determined. They had guidance. They had strong parents behind them. They gave them the incentive. You understand me? And they go somewhere. You got these people with these alcoholic parents or these drug parents, then they don't have a chance because that's hard. But I've seen a movie where they had a girl that had it hard as I don't know what. You couldn't get no harder than her life was. And she made it, went to Yale and went to college and did all that. So it's like this. There's no way, anything is possible. It's not I can't do it because I'm this, I'm that. No. You can do it if you think you can do it. If you put your mind to it and excel and really concentrate on doing something with your life, you can do it. See, when I was young, I didn't realize that. See, when I was young, I was in special ed. I was doing a lot of things that was wrong because I wasn't on the right track. It took me penitentiaries and going through alcoholism, and I went the hard way. You understand? I had to go the hard way. But when I got it. But I was a hard head, and I went the hard way. And you know, I could have took the easy route. I could have been a merchant marine. I had opportunity because my father and these people, they laid the groundwork for me. But I got street poison. But it was a different time and a different era. Now streets ain't nothing. Streets kill. Nowadays, streets will kill. You be in the streets, you go to the streets, it's gonna kill you. The streets will do that to you because the streets are dangerous now. You know, these people don't have no finesse. They don't have no game. When I was coming up, I could be successful in the fast life because I never worked and never will. I never did a whole life, and I'm 65 now. So the game has been sweeter than it was bitter. I have to say that myself because a few times I went to the joint and all that when you know, it was just like a school exercise. It was a school, it was a training where I got better educated and I turned my life around. That's what that did for me. You understand? Some people go to the joint, get in trouble, and they ended up being more of a criminal and more poisoned in that area. I didn't get poisoned in that area for trying to do negative things. Like I never was a robber, a thief, or none of those things. I had morals and principles. I just was a pimp. I liked to be, you know, the ladies. I wanted to be a ladies' man, and I treated the ladies good. I didn't treat them bad. It's just the idea that education and all those things I was not concentrating on because at that time in my life, it wasn't relevant and it wasn't necessary because what I knew what to do. You know what I mean? You can have a lot of money, you can buy a new car, you can do all this. You didn't have to have a front for a job. They didn't require all those things back then. Now you got to have a front to even get something. If you got money and you ain't got no means of support, you ain't gonna make it. Then nowadays you gotta, if you're in the game, say if you're in the fast life, just say for instance, education is the key to everything. That's why you can't mess with the kids' education because that's the foundation. After they get that education, they can do whatever they want to do because it starts off, you got to get education, you understand me? You might want to buy property, you might want to be a real estate officer. You might want to do this, you might want to do that. And then if you were supposed to do something on the side, say if you was a player on the side, but you had that front, like if you notice in all the movies where the white people are doing something, they always got this front that they're doing things, you understand? And then on the side, they're doing this other stuff on the side, like they might have to the escort services or something. It's always a front for something else because the education and the way to shield your money to where you can launder your money, where you can have the money to do all these other things and clean that other money up. You got to be educated. If you're going to do a criminal activity, if you're going to get into whatever you're doing, and it's wrong, you got to clean it up with some kind of way. So you got to have an education so you can do it, so you can be represented. So if you're doing something you ain't got no means of support, people going to say, oh, he ain't got no money. And they're going to snatch it from you. IRS, the tax people, you can't, it ain't, nowadays you got to have an education. It ain't like before. Before you could do things, like I said, in my time it was different. See, now it's absolutely necessary to have an education. You understand? That's why I'm saying school is not a place for nobody to be not concentrating and getting their stuff straight. that bullying and all those other things, I came around to say that, what I said, to say that, hey, that's where you need that education. Schools should not be no joke nowadays. You understand? Because that's all a person has to determine their future, is that education. The habits and the ways and things they do at that time in school is forming the type of person they're going to be in the future, which is why it's so necessary for a student to be able to concentrate and have a peace of mind in school. Two places you should have peace of mind at is where you work, or if you're not working, if you're in business, or if you're going to school, you're supposed to have peace of mind so you can concentrate and feel secure and confident to achieve what you come there to achieve. You understand? You don't need to be having nothing sidetrack you. And the teachers and the principals and everybody in school should know this. And that's why their main interest is to keep the kids at peace and quiet and understanding with each other. You know what I'm saying? And in these cities, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Because you got these gangs, you got these lesbians, you got these homosexuals, you got all these different people trying to prevent you from doing what you really came there to do. And that is to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my co-host here. She might be a little late, but she's always great. And let me introduce my co-host, Friday Forever. Say something to the people, Friday Forever.
Hi. I'm sorry I'm late.
Well, I was talking
you
about
look
bullying.
nice today.
I was talking about bullying and how it affects a kid's education. Because, you know, if they're scared or they're frightened and they're stressing and stuff, they can't concentrate on their studies, which affects their future. In the future, they could be a smart kid, and they shouldn't have to be scared or be intimidated because they're a sensible person, right? They come to school to learn. You got these other kids from the ghetto or somewhere. Their parents might have been alcoholics. They might be on drugs, and they just come there to school because they have to go. Because they have to go till they're 18. Then you got these kids like your child. That's the child I was talking about.
We can't put kids down,
No, I'm not putting them down. I'm saying that they got kids that go. When I went to school, like I said, you had other alternatives. Like when I went to school, I knew okay, I can have a new Cadillac. I can do this. I can do that because you see these people winning in life, like pimps and stuff back then. But now it's not like that because you get so much time. The laws have changed. People are.
Well, practically all those kids you was talking about have already been in the joint, meaning jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be in jail, but they still go to school, and the people don't watch over them, and they don't take preference. Mm-hmm. Like say your daughter, for instance, if the kids are not going to go tell, most of those kids ain't telling their parents what they're doing in school.
That's right.
They're mostly just leaving it to themselves, so their mother and them don't even know that they're having problems because the teachers and the
It's not the kids, it's the parenting. If the parents gave a darn about their kid, they would be asking. They'd be like, what are you doing?
Right. Their parents don't.
And the kid, like mine, because I'm always asking,
right.
She's always pushing me away.
But you get her to do right. She's in a special school, matter of fact. I'm talking about
special school. What do you mean?
Special school for winners, people that are winning and that high self-esteem that are doing great in life. She's in a special school above the regular school. Plus, she goes to regular school, so her mind is really good. She's really a smart student. She's gonna go somewhere.
Oh, you mean she goes to 2 schools?
She goes to 2 schools and she's doing good. But I'm saying,
bullying
and all that type of stuff. A person that
sidetracks her.
It sidetracks her. If she wasn't strong, she would fold out to this other stuff. These weed smokers, these gay people, and all these people in school. There's so many obstacles in the way.
Well, that is a big influence for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Those things are
because it is influencing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's hard, but by you being a good parent and you do talk with her, and like we was at a school yesterday because I went with you. We went to the Dream School, the Oasis, where really smart kids go. Mm-hmm. Not the average kids, the ones way above that are destined.
You have to be chosen.
Chosen kids. So by her being that type of student,
they select people.
The teachers at that school mission ought to be able to say, put more protection on her and let her have, be more, on top of the smart ones.
Well, time out. It's not only school that bullies happen.
What is that?
It's grown-ass women and adults that bully kids. My daughter was in the mall, and a woman must have been watching her because if you're walking toward me and I'm walking past you, how could you see my behind? you only see what's in front of you, right?
Right, yes.
This woman must have been watching, because my daughter was with herself and she was with her black girlfriend, which they call each other best, her twin,
Yeah.
because they're exactly the same body type, exactly the same roles in the exact same places. That's how my daughter explains it.
Right.
The woman at the mall, a skinny ass black woman at the mall, passed and she only eyed my kiddo. She says something really derogatory about her booty.
Really?
Yeah, and the black on the black didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because they was sisters or something like that. But she only, and my kid, I don't know, she was distraught over that. She was like broken down and upset and
Was that
really angry, and
Was it?
body self-esteem
Yeah,
stuff
bad.
comes in.
Was
And
she
this was a woman.
How was the woman about? What age?
Tiffany said about 20, 30.
Now see, a woman 20, 30
Are
years
you
old
kidding with me?
shouldn't even.
And my kid was 16.
See, that
16.
was an ignorant woman. I hate to say,
Stupid.
because a woman
That's not right.
That way is not thinking right. Because any child, you're supposed to be a positive influence on that child. You know what I mean? If you have any sense, you would not be saying nothing disruptive. You would say good things to that child, because that child is self-esteem and is growing.
Adults. It starts with adults. I don't care what anyone says. It's
true.
the adults. Period. End of
No,
story.
you're right. You're right. It is adults. That's why the ones from school, see, they should have like PTA meetings like they used to have when I was coming
They
up.
do.
And the parents come.
They do.
My parents never came because they was always busy.
Well, see?
But I
And
still,
that's half of them. I went to at one, and a lot of adults came.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them even. That's why I said it doesn't make no difference. I told them it don't make no difference.
They could come
If they came
and
from
put
the
on the
ghetto or
show,
what,
but they don't listen.
That's why I said it. You got people that are in the ghetto and they got messed up backgrounds, and they still become good, successful in school. But it's harder for them. Is what I'm saying. It's harder. It's like it's harder for you. You're not rich or nothing. You don't have all the privileges.
It's like I'm white. I really get upset when you guys say that stuff
Well,
about.
I'm not saying it because
I know it's harder on the black kids from the ghetto. Blah blah blah. I got that. I do. Seriously, I got that. But
right.
I feel that I am like that,
Well, it's
but
poor black,
white.
poor white.
But white.
It's about the same.
Seriously.
Nowadays. Poor white. You might as well consider
And
it
my
being black.
kiddo has a harder time because she's got an illness
Yeah, and I forgot
that
to say about that.
her
Tell them about
father gave to her. It's not like
that. Right.
we.
That's why the schools. Why the schools
I had a
should really-
kid, and it from generation to generation. In the father's side, he had multiple sclerosis, and every other generation got it. I mean, my daughter is the one that got it in her brain. Lesions in your brain.
So let me ask
Stress brings on more lesions.
So
constant.
the school knows this, right? The school knows this.
Yeah.
So why don't they try to see? They're not on top of their business. The school's supposed to take
No.
special care of
Tiffany
kids.
is supposed to tell them. So they're like, well, we communicate with Tiffany all the time.
Well, then,
And if she don't tell me, then I don't know.
well, the kids they know how kids are.
That's
So that's why the parents. That's why I said a lot of them kids are messing up in school, and the parents don't know. Some parents would be more concerned, but they should be more interested in what their kids doing and be more at home talking to their children rather than letting the kids get out of school and go running around to the mall without coming checking in at home. Find out where your kids at and what they're doing before you just run out. And you don't know what they're doing. They could be doing anything. Find out the people they're around. They might be around somebody on drugs or somebody that's in a gang.
well, maybe their parents do,
Yeah.
but you can't. It's hard as a parent. You cannot. You could tell them,
Yeah.
I'm not having you buy that kid. I'm not having it.
And they won't do it.
I'm not having it. What?
I mean, if you show love like you do.
And they will go behind your back,
But
regardless.
see, that's when they're not being raised right. You raise your daughter right. I've been around you. You raise your daughter right, and she knows. You may think she's doing something, and she's not even doing it. Just like when she was with that gay girl, and she was a gang member. We were so worried. We went to the police and did all kind of stuff because we were really worried about that. And Tiffany handled it herself. She knew that she didn't want to be that type of girl, and she had a good background, and she knows she likes money, and she likes to work and do positive things, she ain't gonna be on no gang and be doing no stupid stuff, getting high and drinking and all that, because she's too smart. You know what I mean? And that's what I realized.
You just got to make the right choices, you know.
And that's what she
and this ghetto, and it's hard to get out. Okay, yeah, it is, but
right.
It's all about choices, just what you just said.
Right. It is. That's what I'm saying.
It's all about choices.
If they choose, and it's easy to choose.
I don't even give a care. All the other stuff.
The parents, you can do that. But if you got people just like,
it's
for instance,
hard.
They got people that's being whooped and abused, and their parents, and they're scared. The kids are scared of their parents. When you got parents like that, that's not encouraging the kids to do right. They're gonna do wrong.
You know what the days is now? What? That was my days. That was my days.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Whipped, beat, abused.
See, and that's not right.
But
now the police take care of that now. They put the parents in
yeah,
jail.
it's different
It's
this
different
generation
now.
because
Different.
the kids know 911. My kid threatened me all the time when I would threaten her. She'd come back and goes, I would call 911. I'm like, excuse me? And then I would be scared inside, but I wouldn't let her know that.
Okay, on that note, let me say this because I got 1 minute. And I'm going to wrap this show up, but then we're going to have another show with Friday Forever on whatever subject she decides to pick. We'll see. We're going to surprise you with that one. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day, and you kids stay in school and try to be smart. And you mothers and fathers, love your children because they're the future. You want to say anything before we go? What do you want to say last word?
That's true. He's true. Please listen. We're the generation. Please listen.
Okay,
yes,
then. Okay,
love you.
No. All right. Let me let this go now. Let me cut this off so we can get your time in.
Yeah.